Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about someone I actually really never expected to talk about, which is always particularly disappointing. I hope this sound is better. If you follow me on Twitter, I created kind of a studio out of blankets pinned to the ceiling. The reason why I didn't think I'd have to talk about this person is because back when I did follow them, which at this point is years upon years ago. The person in question is Cheyenne. She used to make a lot of fashiony haul type content, and then I think it shifted more towards fitness and then more towards vlogs and things like that. That's just not the content that's for me. Cut to today, I'm on Twitter and I see a clip of someone and she changed her hair colors drastically, so I didn't even realize it was her to begin with. And this clip went relatively viral, and it is a clip where she was discussing a heartbreaking situation. They recently got a puppy. The puppy has parvo. It's in critical condition now. Last she updated, she forgot to edit out a piece of her video. Now, if you guys have been following me for a while, it's no secret I don't particularly like channels that are focused on children and their lives. I know that they're usually like family channels or vlog channels, but most of the time I just feel like they're just shoving a camera in the kid's face and it's not even about the parents' lives or anything. It's very child-centric in a lot of family channels. It's not really about any other family member, but regardless, I just don't think children should be exposed to the internet like that. I don't think a child will have a healthy relationship with the internet being exposed like that, especially when they get older and, understand how YouTube works and start reading comments and see people say horrible things potentially about them, about their appearance. They did not sign up for that, and I just don't support it. Let me just stop there before I start screaming. So anyway, this is the clip that was at the end of the video that she forgot to edit out.
Can't wait for her to bring her home and be part of our pray for us. We appreciate it. I love you guys. Bye. Come here. Come closer for the video. Come closer. Come closer. Come closer. Put your head right here. Come closer. Closer down. Put your head down here. Act like you're crying. Really quick.
I am crying.
Go like this.
No, Mom, I'm actually seriously crying.
No, I know, but go like this for the video. Go like this. Put one hand up. Go like this. No, go like this. Put your hand like this. But let them see your mouth. Let them see your mouth.
No, Mom, I'm actually crying.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
I'm actually crying.
I know. Look at me. Look at me. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's over. It's over. It's over.
So I found that clip very difficult to watch. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it, just because of like the level of discomfort it put me in seeing a child in that level of discomfort and sadness. Also, sorry if you hear noises. Things are going on. The way in which she was pretty much coaching her son to act a certain type of way for the thumbnail, and for the son, Christian, to continue saying, I'm already crying, I'm already sad, I'm really crying, something along those lines. And she kind of is just dismissive, being like, yeah, but like, look sad and like, don't cover your mouth and look at me, look at the camera. And she's like telling him 20 different things to do within the span of a few seconds, where it's just like, I barely processed what you just said, let alone a kid, where you're telling him to look here and there and do this and that. Pretty much immediately, according to her next video, because she uploaded an apology video, she realized that she had forgotten to edit that part out, because understandably her loyal subscribers were kind of like, dude, what the fuck is this at the end of the video? So she caught it relatively fast. For a while, comments were turned off. Then I saw that comments were turned back on. I don't know what the situation is with all of that. On her apology video, when I watched it earlier today, which is Thursday, the comments were on and people were basically saying how disappointed they were. I'll put a couple clips of the apology video. I think it's only 6 minutes or 9 minutes. It's relatively brief, but it is very redundant and repetitive. Frankly, I think it could have been far shorter because not much was really being said. And I don't really even know what you can say at that point. And anything you do say at that point, in most apologies, influencer apologies anyway, it almost always looks like damage control. But when it comes to the treatment of your own child, I really don't know what you can say to convince people that you're not like this more than once. Not all the time necessarily, but more than once. Now, in her apology, the key points I'll tell you before the clips are that she was very emotional due to the dog situation and that she was really worn out. And that's why she acted so horribly, and she says herself that it was horrible, disappointing, so on and so forth. But then the apology kind of gets soured because she mentions, oh, you know, like, I fucked up, I'm taking accountability, but that doesn't mean I should get harassed online, because apparently she's been getting a lot of really horrible messages. Now, I agree with that. Nobody should ever get death threats, horrible abusive messages. That's generally useless, not productive. You're not going to get anything out of it, and you're just going to hurt someone's feelings, realistically, okay? I think that across the board. That being said, that is not something I think, in my opinion, you should bring up during an apology video, because then it looks like you're shifting the focus onto something else, because every well-adjusted person knows that sending death threats is not okay. But when you say it during an apology, then it kind of looks like, oh, you know, like, I fucked up, but feel bad for me because of this. I'm just saying that's how a lot of people read it a lot of the times. I see that in comments as well, so make of that what you will.
It has been such an emotional day, and I put up that video maybe 30 minutes ago. In the ending of the video, I was just so emotionally, honestly, completely worn out, emotional, crying the whole day. I had Christian on my shoulder and I was like, here, come here, come pose for the thumbnail with me after the video was done. And that was so disgusting of me. I should not have done that at all. We were both already so sad and upset and in such a vulnerable state today. And so many of you commented about it. The first video I uploaded, I forgot to edit out like my bloopers, so I edited out the ending. And so many of you said, girl, we already saw that. We're so disappointed in you, in the mom you are. Like, why would you make him pose for a thumbnail? And my heart like dropped. I rewatched the footage and I cannot believe I rewatched it, and you guys are completely right, 100,000,000% right. And I so hope you know that I'm genuine about that, because today was, I'll tell you all about the puppy another day, but we basically got a puppy. Her name is Rosie. We're hoping that she's gonna make it through. She has parvo. We've been in the emergency vet clinic all day. It's so wrong. I should have never done that. Looking back at the footage, I'm so disgusted with myself. I wanna thank those of you who brought that to my attention. Some people were like, oh, she's turning off comments because she's ignoring it. This is not me ignoring it. This is me coming on camera 5 minutes after it happened, no makeup, nothing, coming on and saying, I'm so sorry. Anytime I make a mistake in life, or my friends or family do, I'm the first person to say, I will still respect that person if they own it and they say sorry. People sending me extremely harassing, cussing, violent DMs on Instagram, that is never okay. I love my son. We are going through a very emotional situation with the new puppy, and me trying to get that thumbnail was just so wrong and such poor judgment of me, but it does not condone internet bullying and violence, and harassment is a crime. I've gotten some DMs that are disgusting. No one deserves that. I'm not tolerating that. I will own up to everything that I do that is wrong, and I will change it, but that is not okay. I will not accept that. You guys know I've always been open to criticism my entire career, like social media career, always. But if you are cussing or saying something violent about my child or me, or threatening us, I have every right to block you. I am going to turn off comments on this video only because, not because I can't handle it or I can't respond back. First of all, there's no way I'll be able to respond back to all of them. We're already in such a sad, fragile state. I'm gonna be up all night tonight checking in with the vet, hoping my new puppy makes it through the night. So I'm gonna turn off comments on this video just because I'm already so emotionally, I can't even take it tonight. I'm so mentally, I literally cannot even take, like, I'm mentally at capacity.
So after the apology video, as of when I'm filming this, the next video was an update on their dog that is apparently in critical condition. And it just seems like everything's moving on, essentially. Like, not like we're sweeping things under the rug, but she did say that she was going to have her kid be away from social media for a while, and she said that he apparently really enjoys being online, so on and so forth. So I don't know if this is kind of a wake-up call or what's going to come of it. Frankly, this might just be a little bit harsh on my side. Actually, I don't know. The times I don't think I'm harsh, and when I think I'm being harsh, I'm actually not. So, well, whatever. I personally am so incredibly disgusted and disappointed by that type of behavior. And the thing is, like, the issue with that type of behavior, apart from it hurting the child, from it being unhealthy for the child, for like all the things that affect the child, which are all obvious and I don't think need listing, is that now your subscribers, or ex-subscribers perhaps, are asking themselves, is this what you're really like behind the camera? Was this a one-off, or was it, you know, something that's more common? And, you know, it's possible it was a one-off. It's possible. Don't know how much I believe it, but it's possible. But you're pretty much planting the seed of doubt in your subscribers' mind right now because they don't really know who they've been watching, because the you that you portrayed, as far as I can recall, was a very different type of person than this. But then now I'm thinking maybe this was always the case. It's just that the other times you remembered to edit out the stage mother type presence of look at the camera, do this, do that. So I think it takes a lot to convince people that you're not actually like that, or to convince people that this was just, you know, a error in your judgment, or I think that's what she called it, like a lack of judgment. I have no words. This just reinforces my perspective that regardless, children really should be kept away from the internet in this type of way of like exposing them in front of a camera and stuff like that. And I don't think anything can really change my mind with that, because the more vlog family channels there are, the more just keep getting exposed for really shitty behavior that focuses on content rather than the actual child's well-being. And after a while, you also have to wonder, how long can your child be seen as your child as opposed to an active part of your channel that is monetized? So then you attach the idea of monetary gain to your child, whether you want to or not. I feel like that's going to happen. I don't think that's entirely avoidable. If they're in every single video and people are always commenting about wanting to see them, you're going to probably start using them as a prop. Hence why I don't think they should have been in the videos in the first place, unless it's like a cutesy like hello and then they just leave and then you have your own video by itself. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.